Why does that matter, man?
It's so funny that it still bothers you.
It does, man.
She,
My face is probably red right now. I'm mad.
Stones from the D and D and acoustic headbangers. All this week on
Jim Joe Steve Show.
This is the Jim Joe Steve Show. Did I say it right?
Hey Steve, where's Joe?
beats me, Jim. But guess what? We got Inappropriate today with Jim and Steve.
Special edition of Jim Joe Steve Show. Since Joe's not here, Steve and I have our own sub-podcast called Inappropriate with Jim and Steve.
Welcome back to the Jim Joe Steve Show. You got yourself right here, Big Chris over here, and my brother Steven. Got Jimbo over here. What's up, fellas?
What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
I don't know why I'm talking like this. It's not how I talk.
There's your radio
It's
voice.
my radio voice. Welcome, Jim Joe Steve Show. This is fun.
I guess the man that needs no introduction.
Yeah, I know. My baby bro's on the show today, and he just he just came in hot. So.
We
Somebody had to do it.
decided to do a couple weeks of brothers.
Yep, we decided that it was.
Cousin brother Phil came in the last 2 weeks.
I heard his show. That was good.
We got Clam Bros in the house. So thanks for coming, Chris.
It's wonderful to be here. I've been such a fan. Long-time fan, first-time caller.
Have you listened to an episode more than once?
I'll listen to it, and then I put it on there and let it play while I do something else.
Now, do you listen to it at all?
The
or do you
first
just
time I do.
All right.
Now, have you checked us out on YouTube? Have you looked at our reels yet?
I've seen like the first ones.
I mean, you definitely have done more than Cousin Brother Phil.
We have 78 videos right now.
Oh,
on YouTube.
it only looked like you had like 3 when I looked at it.
Okay, so you must have gotten early.
I thought you guys were in different places because
The backgrounds
are different.
Yeah, no, we were all here. Like, you are sitting in Joe's seat.
Yeah, how's
right
that
now.
feel to sit in
My
a celebrity
seat
seat?
now.
Yeah.
So I'm pulling up our YouTube right now, and if anybody doesn't know, it's Jim Joe Steve Show podcast on YouTube. So
make sure to subscribe and like.
Yep.
Get
How
that bell
many-
ringing.
How-
Every time I see that when I see it. Get that bell ringing.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Smash the like button.
How many views do we have? Just take a. I mean, we started this like a month and a half
71.
ago.
It's more
Total
than
views
71.
or
Just total views because we do
and how
shorts.
many you said have 70 some? Well,
Total of
80,
78
70.
videos.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say I'm gonna rough say 1,000.
1,000 views.
Yeah,
I know it's way more
it's
than that.
more than that.
Yeah.
I was being conservative.
I'm gonna
with it.
That's good.
I didn't want to
say-
hurt your feelings if I was right.
80,000.
Oh, that would be nice, Steve.
Holy shit!
We're at 60,607.
It
I
wasn't
know.
far.
It was, I know. It was some. I was trying to do it in my head.
How
I didn't
many
want-
subscribers?
You
do
know
you
how shitty it feels when you overguess something for somebody? Like where you're like, someone's like, dude, guess how much my commission check was? And you say,
have? $100? And they're
you-
like, no, it's 30.
we get, I mean, I was going to go
I
bigger
know.
numbers than that. But
$100 came out first. It's I'm talking about
No, it's
my kind of commission. What that would be.
What do you sell?
I'll sell stories, baby.
So if you were to describe yourself, Chris, just for the viewers, because we
Yeah, because this
want
is-
to paint the picture of
this
Chris.
is true.
As realistically as you can, what famous person have you ever been mistaken for or said that you look like, so people can envision?
What if nobody's ever? Oh no, this is terrible. I get called this all the time. Rocky Dennis from
Mask.
From Mask.
Eric Stoltz.
Eric Stoltz.
Eric
That's,
Stoltz.
that's really like, shut up, Eric Stoltz from Mask. That's what I get called by my buddy. My best friends say that to me.
Okay, well, there must be very good friends.
It's more the Eric Stoltz, I
mean,
guess, maybe.
I
don't know.
I would say
Or that I'm ugly.
I wouldn't say you're ugly.
no. I would remember Steve the Pirate.
Steve the Pirate. Oh, he's a good. I like it. He's in like Dodgeball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Steve the Pirate.
Does everybody remember, of course, Something About Mary?
Yeah.
Who was the comedian? He's been in a lot of movies, but I just brought him out on that movie.
The handicapped brother.
He had like this. He started getting the hives because he was stalking her.
Oh, come on. I don't like that.
Chris Elliott?
Yes,
That makes
yes.
me feel bad.
If Chris Elliott had longer hair, I think. I mean,
To get it, some people say I look like Stevie Janowski.
You do.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, a better looking.
You don't have to
course,
pay-
of course.
You don't have to pay. Of course, it is that way. But it's still. I mean, I see it. So
That picture I send you all the time with the claws, he's like, when he had the Freddy claw.
yeah.
So your birthday's coming up in about a month, right?
So's yours.
And mine. When's your birthday?
December the 19th.
Oh.
I am the kid that got screwed at birthdays.
How'd that
"Let's-"
make you feel growing up?
It made me feel terrible because actually, truthfully, it didn't really start affecting me until I was older. But as a kid, they took care of us. But eventually, it got to the point where everybody's like, "This is for your birthday and Christmas."
Right, you got the combo gift, and it was never like twice as much.
Nope.
Like, at best, you might get 1.5 times, right? Like you were always cheated out.
I don't think anyone with that birthday. I don't think they ever got double or
No,
1.5.
because
yeah,
you only have so much money.
Especially because it's Christmas
right.
time anyway.
Yeah, so they're already strapped. So you would get.
That's why our birthday is best because it's 6 months later.
Yup.
There's
Yep.
no way that you can combo gift.
Yeah, plus parties are better because you have pool parties.
You can do it indoors or outdoors.
Rub it in, guys.
Yeah, people could come because it's the summer. and
Stop
we're-
right there. I like what you just said. What did you say?
People can come.
Yep, right there. So that's a perfect transition into what I actually wanted to get up in our openers because it is birthday season and it kind of combines what you just said.
Is it really called birthday season now?
I mean, I just made it up.
That's a bold-faced
Well, I
lie.
think because all the Jim Joe Steve show hosts are born within 2 weeks span.
Yep. Anybody that has a significant other, you may want to get them this that I'm about to tell you as a gift for them.
All right.
Have you heard of cum stones?
That sounds amazing.
I can't say that I have.
You can send this company a load,
Shut the fuck
and
up.
they will turn it
I
into
know.
a stone.
Oh, like they make it their own stone?
Oh,
Then you give it to your like wife or your
yeah.
girlfriend.
It's called Jizzy Jewelry.
Jizzy jewelry.
You can put it in a necklace, little stone in a necklace, a ring.
Holy shit. So really like you get so there is what if someone gave you that? I mean, there's got to be a market for
The
it. I
jewel of the
guess.
North.
I mean,
How much are they?
That's a good question.
They probably charge you because they probably got to send you out a special container for your special present.
I mean,
load.
for like a custom.
Well, I think they're all custom. I'm not using their stock.
what if they're doing this to clone you?
Yeah, like what? That's a good
What for
question.
one piece of your choice starts at about $110. So not bad.
Do they got to press it like it become a diamond? Like if you squeeze it,
like Superman.
yeah,
did in
like
the
a
movie.
Superman 2, like where you squeeze the diamond. I mean the coal. and
They
it
also
became-
have rush orders,
How much?
filmed orders.
Filmed?
If you want your order to be filmed, now it gets weird.
like you watch it.
That's what it says.
I'm
You watch it from
assuming not-
beginning to
I
end.
guess to make sure it's your semen.
You know how like the time. You know how it's like the time lapse where people are like the kids are growing up, and then they're like this. Like they show take a picture of them every day. It's like you see it like hits a black piece of construction paper, and then it's
And
just
someone
like
jizzes on
and then
it.
it just like becomes your necklace.
So if anyone,
Pearl necklace.
I mean, that's the first picture is a pearl fucking necklace.
That is so.
Anybody
funny.
can go to Trinkets by Amanda Booth.
Not sponsored, but
Amanda
I would.
Booth.
Yeah, you use the discount code Jim Joe Steve,
Yeah, to get 5% off your order.
and if you don't get 5%, email us, and I'll get
I
a
would
hold
like
of
her to
Amanda
come
Booth.
onto the show.
Yeah, I would like to see where her mindset was when she came up with this. I do have a story. Well, not just an anecdote, I guess I would say.
Just let it rip.
I dated a girl.
Did you?
Yeah, it was crazy. First time. But
Not your first girlfriend.
it was early girlfriend.
Okay, all right.
When I first went over her house for the first time, she was excited to show me that she had a jar of her ex-boyfriend's jizz.
Really?
How big was this jar?
It was a
Yeah.
big. That's the funny thing. It was like a huge jar. It
You know,
was
the
like,
jar has
like,
a
let's
spigot,
say-
pickle
it has a
jar.
spigot down
like
the bottom.
like your average beer can size, bigger or smaller?
No, bigger.
Bigger than beer,
Yeah.
like your water
I'm thinking
bottle,
like an extra large pickle jar.
like an extra large, like the full size.
Yeah, like it
pickle.
was ridiculous to have such a big jar.
How How full was it?
It was jizz, so it was
Just at the bottom.
it was
like,
dry jizz in like collected in the one little area, and it looked disgusting. It was like yellowish.
Like,
He's really gagging. That's funny.
now,
I know the kid too. I
part
knew who it was.
part of me would be excited because
Why
I'm
would
like,
she show me this?
I'm dealing with a freak, so I might be having a good time. But
Maybe
that's
that's where
but
I
the
was in my
other
head state.
part is like, maybe she's still hung up on this dude because I feel like once you break up, you get rid of the jizz jar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I would think you wash it out. You just wash it out,
Right,
bring
for
it
the-
on to
for the next
guy.
guy.
For the next guy. It's my turn.
Cross the name out.
Yeah,
Like
Darcy's
what?
jar.
No.
But at first, okay, so either doing the deed or she's jerking you off or she's
It
giving
was-
you oral,
it-
and then you go to
She was
finish,
she was a virgin.
and then she
so-
brings the jar over.
Okay.
And then the first time you're like, hey, this is kind of cool. But then like the 12th time, you're like, do we need the jar this time? Like,
Yeah.
come on, babe. Like, not. And she's like, nope, have to finish in the jar.
I am going to fill this up.
One day there's going to be a thing that can make jewelry out of this, and I really need it to exist. So
She was
went to
thinking long term.
mix it all up, and then see whose kid it is later
Yeah,
on.
Ooh,
yeah,
that
yeah.
would be crazy.
yeah, it's Russian
Sperm
roulette.
roulette.
Like, right?
Isn't that how Freddy Krueger was for?
Freddy Krueger was
Remember
for
he was like
I don't
a
think anyone remembers that.
I watched it last night. That's why I remember. He the third one, Dream Warrior, which I also, by the way, have the record of Doc and Dream Warriors signed by Robert Englund and the rest of the cast.
Anybody from Dawkins?
I wish. His mother was a nun who was assaulted by 100 maniacs.
100 maniacs?
Son of 100 maniacs. It's part of the story, man.
Oh, okay.
I never knew that much about Freddy
No.
Krueger.
No, me
It's
neither.
the best one. It's Dream Warriors.
Now, would you have known that prior to watching it last night?
No, I forgot all about it.
Okay.
Like it was in here, but
It wouldn't have come
You
to
ever
the top.
realize, like, if you could tap into like your brain,
Oh, it'd be so cool.
and remember
Good
all
or
the
bad?
things that you like
Like
you
Limitless.
forgot.
That
Yeah.
movie was
yeah, like
is so
Limitless.
badass.
Would you like? I always think about that. Like, I would love to be able to replay a memory of mine. Like, just close my eyes and see it in my mind. I feel like that would be amazing, but it could be bad too because you could play like the bad things. But why would you?
Okay, so would you take a pill that
Yes.
would eliminate? God, you know you guys are brothers. Steve said the same exact thing. I had like literally from a previous question. Would you take a pill that you could forget a bad memory, like it would erase a bad memory out of your brain, but it would also erase a random good memory?
Could I choose the bad memory?
You can choose the bad memory,
think
but
I
you
would.
can't choose the good memory.
I don't know, cause yeah, I don't know.
Well, there's always like the thing that you think about where if you erase the bad memory, like it kind of makes you who you are.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, jaded and
Yeah.
sarcastic is what all my bad memories are made.
yeah.
I guess I would say no because I would be afraid I would lose something good. I don't think that anything that I can remember is so bad that I like.
You need to forget it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like if you instantly somebody says like you can erase a bad mememory, if you can't think of that memory right there, it's
There you
probably
go.
not worth.
Yeah.
It's probably not worth.
Because I was
erasing.
trying and I couldn't think of
Yeah, so it's probably not worth erasing. Like if I think of a good memory, I'm like, I took a really good shit this morning. Bam! I don't want that to go away.
I mean, speaking of good shits, I'm at the age where if I shit or don't shit, it drastically affects my day.
I would kill for your bowel movements, man.
No, I don't. That's the thing. It's not a guarantee for me.
I'm with you on that.
I don't have that problem at all. So, I also wanted to bring up too. Last week's episode, while you and your brother
Right.
were talking about clothes and things like that. Was this the shirt you
that
were
was
talking
that
about?
was the shirt.
Let me see.
Yep.
Guess
I
what-
post on social media.
Oh, you
the
did?
shirt, yeah.
Oh, you did? Well, guess what? It's also you and your brother are getting it.
Awesome.
The worst gifts this guy gives you, like, I showed him Chris Chan.
Yeah,
That
well,
was that was the episode we had. Yeah.
Yeah, I introduced him to the world. I show him that, and then a month later, I get the comic book in the mail from him, and it's so ridiculous.
I like gimmick
brother.
gifts. I love gimmick gifts. Like shit.
That's what I'm saying.
shit.
You're good at it. I remember Christmas one year. He's excited about this gift for some reason, and it's big. I'm like, what the hell did you give me, man? It was one of them like fire and ice stores from the mall. He bought a goddamn dagger from hell, like one of these stupidest things in the world. I still have it. It came with the back piece to hang and everything.
Oh,
Like you wanted it when you were 12 years old.
I think I owned a couple of those.
He was so excited about this.
But that was a serious gift?
It's the only gift he gave me that year.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. Like, I mean,
It probably was
wasn't
like
cheap.
$100.
It wasn't cheap. So. Growing up, Chris and I, we shared a room, and it was the fucking worst. Like
Bunk
I
beds
loved
or
it.
not bunk
I
beds?
don't know why you hate. I'm just kidding. It was terrible.
what's that? No,
Bunk
two
beds?
beds.
Okay.
Two beds.
We had a
And-
big room.
Yeah.
I mean, it started small, then we went to a different room. It was nice.
And he went through like his books and all that stuff on there, and then it was just a whole bunch of shit on his side, and there was nothing on my side.
It was bad.
So
So you were messy, or you had a lot? You were
A little bit of both.
Okay.
and then my half of the room was, I think, fairly organized or whatever.
For a kid, yeah.
And then we had, at one point in time, we put like tape down
Not
the
we.
wall
He did.
because I was so fucking tired of his shit spilling over into my side.
I was being such a little shit, and like he's like, just get off my bed, man. And I was like, no. And like it was like fighting, just putting your feet down, and like I'll never do what you say. And it was so stupid. Why did I have my bed? My bed was bigger than his. I don't know what we were fighting about in the beginning, but he started like welling up, so I knew he was really mad because him and I both get like that. And he grabbed his acoustic guitar and just went pow right in the face, right in the kisser.
I don't even remember that.
I made you like
No, he thought of it right away,
Yeah.
and I didn't even remember that
because
shit.
it was hurtful. It broke my heart.
It's funny, like when I was listening back to like Phil's episode, the odd things that stick with you that you didn't realize that he brought up right away. Same thing with my brother and I. Like I would come up with something, he would be like, "This is the first time I ever heard this story." You know,
It's like I am really bad at remembering things. Once you bring it
that's
up,
that's a good seat you're sitting in. 'Cause
like once someone brings it up, I can grab it and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. And it sounds like I'm bullshit, but I actually do usually. Today when I was trying to think of what to talk about, like what little stories I got, the first one I thought of was we had this guy in our school. I think I was in middle school at this point. Steven might have been just going in high school. We had this kid that was like the bully of the school, Keith Carnes. I guess we shouldn't say his name.
Yeah, fuck him, fuck Keith.
oh, I know this story.
Deeth Barnes. Deeth Barnes was he was like the cool kid to all the chicks and everything. And him and his boys used to fuck with our crew, you know. And we went to Skateland one time. We're like, yeah, we're cruising Skateland, getting chicks and shit. Steven comes with him. He's got his hot girlfriend Becky with him.
Becky with the good hair.
I mean, she it's weird. She looks exactly as she did. Like, like her face just doesn't age. She's a robot.
Don't you hate that?
No, I'm the same. Yeah. But anyway, this kid, he sees us there, so all night he starts fucking with us. Steven knows that his little bro has been getting fucked with. He's like, and he builds up his courage because it took a little bit. At one time, he came over and started confronting us.
When you say confronting, so you're over there in your skates,
I don't remember exactly what started.
like
this.
just like
Do
throwing
you?
out shit to you, like just talking shit, or
Probably,
was
but
it
I think they get in our face.
Oh,
like they started like.
like actual
Yeah.
bully from a movie?
No one hit us though, but then
Okay.
my brother cold cocks him right in the jaw. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. On skates and everything too. And this kid was like, "Ugh," falls into the wall, and
I straight knocked his teeth out. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna say that. That was the best punch I've ever thrown in my
It
life.
was like
I
the
know
one
that-
and only punch he's ever thrown.
I remember
one and only.
I remember that dude. He pushed me, like on roller skates.
That's
and,
what it was.
And
Yeah.
I like.
Because he got
like-
in for it. Because like they was
They were like picking on them, and they were younger and things like that. So I was like tried to stop it, and the dude pushed me, and like you're on fucking roller skates. So what happens? You fall down,
Right.
So I like fell back into the seat, and then I remember I got up, and I was like, well, here we
it
go.
was so fast too, and he just did it. He didn't like usually. In all the fights I've ever been in, I always was usually the second one. I hit after they tried to hit me, but he just hit this boy, and it was over. It was done. He was so cool. It was so cool.
Yeah,
That's
it was-
awesome.
Yeah, and then I remember like all his boys were like, we're gonna murder
I know.
you. We're gonna murder you.
We
And I
know
was
where
like,
you live. You're like, yeah. And guess what? They didn't do shit.
I was gonna say that was my follow-up question. How
They
was
murdered us. We're ghosts right now.
So did he ever fuck with you again?
Mm-mm.
Sometimes that's what you need, man.
It is funny. I saw that dude later on in life. I saw him. I don't know, just randomly, and he told me that it was. He said it's still the hardest he's ever been hit in his life. It's still the hardest he's ever been hit in his life, and he like could whoop my ass now. And I was just like, I'll tell you, one of my favorite stories with Chris is one time we went to a all you can eat buffet.
Oh, Jesus.
We went to an all you can eat buffet, and Chris had long hair, and he was just.
This isn't a good story.
Yeah, no, it's not bad.
I know.
mean, it's just-
I'm just saying it doesn't do me
Chris,
anything.
Chris had long hair, and
like down to here, like past my shoulder.
like
Yeah, down-
4 inches past your shoulders.
yeah. So he was walking into the restaurant, and it was like me and like E-Rock and stuff like that, and the woman at the Chinese buffet just taps him on the shoulder and says, "Are you boy or girl?"
And I remember it hurt me so bad because I was like, why does it matter?
I was gonna. I would
They
be.
did it to mess with me for sure.
Apparently, it matters a lot because people don't drink Bud Light anymore. Because people that are trans.
But like you walk into a restaurant and they
Like, why
They-
would you
why
ask
would you
that
ask that
question?
question?
Yeah,
the best is for some reason I had a samurai sword with me too. Remember that? Like we just
well,
went
if
to
you're
the
going
thrift
to an
stores.
Asian buffet, you got to.
We went to the Dirt Mall. That's what we went to. Dirt Mall.
Yeah, we went to flea market, and he had he fucking was just.
Oh, you boy or girl? That's what they said. I'm not trying to mock it. But that's the way it was said, and it was like, why? Why does that matter, man?
It's so funny that it still bothers you.
It does, man.
She
My face is probably red right now. I'm mad.
she fucking all she saw was some long-haired person, and I don't know why she was just saying, "Are you boy or girl?" But she was like, "Boy or girl?"
Oh,
and
you boy
were
or
like,
girl?
You were like, "What the hell?" And you were so mad, and I couldn't stop
The
laughing.
rest of the meal was, I was like, you should have gave this for free or something.
and then she's just like, "Please sit here, sir." Like,
Oh,
and, then
and I stewed the whole time. I was so upset.
and all I could do is I kept saying, "Are you boy or girl?"
I know, and to this day, it still happens.
It is hands down the funniest thing. I don't know. I don't know if it correlated to you, but I swear to God, when it's just like
just because you don't need to say it.
you don't
Yeah,
ever
you
need
didn't.
to
There
say
was
that.
no
You don't
need.
ever need to say
Didn't
that.
change anything.
And like, why would you say it?
It would be rude either way. If it's a girl and you
Yes.
got a question, are you
Yes.
boy or girl, or the opposite way,
Yeah,
it's still
yeah.
it's still rude.
And
I
this
had
person's-
long, flowing, beautiful hair.
And this
so-
person was coming into your
Your establishment.
Yes.
to buy something, and you're gonna insult them. and
Because no matter what, it's an insult.
Yes.
then you were like, "What the hell?" And she was just like this. Okay.
Like and
Walked away.
it phased her not at all. Like she did not understand why I was upset.
Do you think she went over to her like her friends were
They
working?
shit on me the whole time.
And
I
then,
guarantee.
do you think she like before when we were like all walking in, she was like, "I'm gonna ask if he boy or girl."
I really do. like it was a dare.
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah, yeah.
They're like, oh,
They're
look
like,
at this weirdo. But I did.
Boy, girl.
Look at this fuck. Asking people, your girl.
Look at this piece of shit. That reminds me.
Was that
of-
your Asian accent?
No, I don't know what I was
Do
doing.
an Asian
That was
accent.
almost like a Russian accent.
Yeah, no, do an Asian accent.
I do them all the time when we play Dungeons and Dragons. So
Oh.
I don't do eight. I have. But you put your glasses on. Can you put your glasses on?
But you do Russian accents too?
I do accents. They all kind of.
All
mush
right, well, hold
together.
on. Let's. I wanted to bring up Dungeons and Dragons,
knew you
but I
did.
wasn't going to. So
Go ahead, I'm cool with it. I love it. Hey, it makes me cool now.
I know. You have things to do. Nights. He
I know
plays-
we've been trying to get you on for like a year, and he's like, no. Every time
know.
we record, he's got Dungeons and Dragons.
I got Mondays now. I play Thursday and Sunday.
So Chris has asked me to play Dungeons and Dragons with him, but he knows like I'm just gonna fuck around with it.
You're playing ironically.
But that's what I'm setting it up for that.
Like I don't know. I don't know how to play. I don't know how to do
How
it.
many people play?
Right now we have 5 people.
Does the game continue, or every day is a new game?
It continues.
All right.
So it's one long game.
Yeah, we just started a new one a few months, like 2 months ago. So the one before that lasted about a year.
And there is a winner. Or
There can be a winner.
So what happens if you
is
die?
it just playing like pretend, or is there like is it a game? Is it an actual game?
There's mechanics and everything. It's a game.
Okay.
But so if everyone dies, it's just over.
Yes.
So if someone dies, so say someone.
If one person dies, we can work on that.
So what do you mean work on that? Like
Well-
if we were playing and
If it was 3
and
of
Jim
us.
died and Jim died, and we're in the beginning of it, I could play another year before
Yeah, I
Jim
couldn't
could
come
come
back
and
back.
play next
week?
Come back.
if there was,
not that fun.
if there was no way to bring this character back, because it's fantasy, there's resurrections and stuff
Oh,
like
okay.
that. They're not easy and they're
Do
not
you have
cheap.
one character? Like I'm one character, you are one character, or do
Well,
I have
I would
have
be
a town
the
of characters?
dungeon master, so I don't get a character. I play everybody else. Like you.
Oh man, I think I'm so far removed from
Well,
from
there's
this. I don't
4
understand
people, and they play a single character, and I direct the story.
it. And why are you the dungeon master?
Because someone has to tell them what the person says.
But
and
like, why couldn't like the other person be? Do you
that
rotate?
can happen, but then they're going to find out what's going to happen in the story. It's good to have one.
Oh, so the
person.
dungeon master knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, I read through the book.
Because he's the
Oh,
master, dummy.
Oh, I didn't know that you
There's-
read a
they
book.
have-
I thought it was just like a live action.
Well,
like
oh, it's definitely not live action, but you can make your own stories up, and I have.
hold on, how many books are there?
Well, you only need like 2 books to play to understand.
You make your
things.
own shit up.
But you can literally write a story about going to Essex and having fun and everything. But you can also buy books with pre-written stories in them that you can walk the people through.
Well,
And-
right, but if we all love Dungeons and Dragons, wouldn't I also have that book and know what's going to happen?
No,
Oh, okay,
not necessarily. I should say.
gotcha.
You could, and it wouldn't matter because every time I always add my own little flavors into it or change things that I don't like. So if you died, back to the beginning, if you survived the battle or whatever, or some wench poisoned you and you died and he couldn't
Is
bring
that how
you
you
back,
talk during it?
I have, yeah. I'm like,
Okay.
this is my friend over here. He's my brother over here looking over this guy. I think he's a good boy over here. That's my favorite one. That's my
That's
character.
a pirate. It's a
That's a
pirate.
pirate.
It's
right?
kind of more of like a pirate pirate
the
Irish
dude-
guy.
Oh, okay.
The dude from
Pirish.
Irish, yes. It kind of all ends up sounding like
I'm
that.
gonna find Captain Jack Sparrow.
It's easier to start with something goofy to mold it into something. I find it's embarrassing at first.
Now, do you ever kill off someone and they get mad? Like, is there fights?
Jerry gets mad a lot.
Pure evil.
Pure evil.
Pure
I
evil.
didn't know that he was Dungeons and Dragons.
The only person that argues me in that game about what we're doing is Jerry. He's the only one that will butt heads with me. If you died, you would write a new character and come in if you had
Okay.
to. So you wouldn't be sitting there watching everybody
But
else
is there
play.
pieces like what? Or, like I don't know. When I think of game, like I feel like there's a whole thing.
Well,
checkers, like checker
or
pieces.
just like a land of shit.
I also like the visuals for things, but technically it used to be you would hold your sheet. Everybody else would have their sheet, and you would just talk them through stuff.
You close your eyes.
Close your eyes and use that imagination, baby.
Oh, okay.
But a lot of people would have maps or little miniatures and
Right,
stuff.
right.
But now, especially with COVID happen, they come out. They had them before this, but now they got real popular as virtual tabletops, where I could download maps and stuff, put it on the screen, and they can move their character where they want to move and stuff, and I show them what I want them to see. They can only see so far. It's interesting if you like that kind of stuff.
Now, so you have it 3 times a week, the same crowd?
No,
Okay, so you actually are in 3 different Dungeons
I only
and Dragons.
run one of them.
Okay. Now let's say the one that you're running on Mondays or whatever.
Mondays is usually when.
What if I don't show up next Monday? What happens?
If
You guys don't do it?
sometimes, if it depends on the story. If it's a part in the story where I really want everybody to be there,
Then you cancel it.
but if not, I'll run the character or somebody else will run them until they get there.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you hanging out with us for one more week. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Maybe Twitter if you're feeling froggy at Jim Joe Steve. Give us a review if your podcast app
5 stars.
allows you to
Give us 5 stars.
leave reviews.
If you have a question, you can call us.
At 856 the JJSS is
For real?
program that shit right up in your phone when you get drunk.
Yep.
Give us
Is
a
that
call.
real?
Yeah.
It's awesome. I do that all the time.
856 the JJSS.
Yep.
The JJ.
For the Jim Joe Steve Show, I'm Jim,
I'm Steve.
I'm Chris.
and we'll see you next week.